like, you know, they say when you talk and you get, you know, shit out that you feel better. So, I mean, why not, right? I mean, I see very few bloggers. Is that what this is called? I have no idea. But I see very few real life people. Like, these people put on acts and well, most of them. I mean, I don't watch a lot of them, but the ones I do watch, you know, things are scripted, or they're on like specific things all the time, over and over. And so I think I'm just gonna do life of a single mom with 5 kids who's going insane. I think that'll attract nobody, but I don't really care. But anyway, so on my way to work. It is April 8th. Oh, it's my niece's birthday. Happy birthday, Haley. I love you so much. I miss you. So my youngest son, he is about to be 10 years old. He's my youngest child, and he's my only boy. And he's autistic, but he's very high functioning. But he also has ADHD, amongst other diagnoses, which is very common with autism. I'm sure all you fellow autism moms know that. So he's been really, really well, very good lately on the medications that he's on. I mean, when I say, I mean like unbelievable, like good, doing good in school, like very minimal outbursts, like excellent listening, doing what he's supposed to do, like the whole 9 yards. And so for the last like week or so, he hasn't been acting himself. It seems like he's kind of like reverting back, and I'm noticing a lot more and more outbursts daily. And I see that he gets this little score sheet at school, and like he gets either like a line this way, which means he was good, or a line this way, which means he didn't do that specific thing. And he was getting like hundreds, let's just say hundreds, okay? And now he's getting like 70s for the day, and that's not good. So I know this is not isolated to home. I know it's also happening in school. So last night he wouldn't go to sleep. I was fighting with him till approximately like 11 o'clock, and that's really late for him. He's usually in bed he's supposed to be in bed by 9. And so he refused to get up today. And so I left him home because I need to go to work. I have kids to take care of, and I have to go to work. I don't have the luxury to call in and just say, oh, my son didn't get up. I mean, like, they don't care. No matter how much they say they do, they don't. And I'm already on thin ice with previous instances and appointments and all the whole 9 yards of what parents have to deal with when they have kids, let alone 5 of them. So it wouldn't have been good anyway, because he would have been so tired. It would have been doomed from the start. So I did basically everybody a favor, and his older sister's gonna watch him for the day. But yeah, so like it's very tiring, very stressful, I feel bad because he understands that he can't control his emotions very well. And he actually said to me yesterday, he said, Mom, I think my medicine isn't working anymore. And I said, why do you think that, buddy? And he said, because isn't it supposed to make me not angry? And I said, well, no. I said it's supposed to help with it, but in the end, it's you make the decision. And he said, well, it's not helping anymore. And I appropriately in order for somebody to understand. Now he can do that, and so it's so much when he is in the right mindset and he can actually tell me what's going on in his mind, then I'm able to, help him in a sense. I mean, I can't take away his thoughts or anything like that, but I could, help him try to cope with it. When he used to not be able to do that, it was disaster, because it was meltdown after meltdown, anger outbursts, destruction, cursing, hitting, kicking, punching. It was terrible, and we were in that holding pattern for years. And so now that he's getting older, he's finding more words to be able to articulate how he's feeling, which is amazing. So I put in a call to the psychiatrist yesterday, or the secretary, and I said we needed to speak to him, and we'll see what he says. I think it's just because maybe he's grown. He's a lot bigger now than when he started the current dosage that he's on, and I'm sure your body becomes acclimated to specific dosages. So I think he just needs his dosages upped, and I think he'll be fine. But I'm a little worried because we can't afford to have him take a step back. He was doing so well, and it was enabling me to get to work on time and not have to worry about getting 32,000 phone calls a day from the school or from his teachers or from his counselors in school. And I feel like that's going to change because of his current behavior pattern in where he's been the last month or so. So I also put in a call to his school, and I said I wanted to speak to his teacher because I want to see what's going on in class too, just so I can get a whole story and see what's going on. But yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it. I don't really there's really no point in this at all. Sometimes you just need to talk. And I usually talk to my best friend, but she has 2 little babies, so she's really busy and she doesn't have time to listen and talk. And she does understand because she has, we have our 2 boys are very, very similar. But anyway, so and it's also for other parents, especially single parents. It's not. I don't like people who put, that was a railroad crossing. I'm not crashing, I promise. I don't like people who put on fake hats and walk around and pretend like they're, Miss Susie Homemaker when I'm sorry, that's not fucking life. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest, and I'm gonna, tell it like it is. And we are not perfect. We are all human, and it is hard. Life is hard. Having kids is fucking hard. Okay? They don't come with a manual, no matter how old they are. I have a 19-year-old down to a 9-year-old, and 3 in between. I really can't relate to any one of them. It's hard. Even though I was their age, things are so different now with the electronics and everything. I don't understand anything that's going on. And it makes me feel old, and I'm not old. So it's life sucks sometimes, and you just gotta take it as it comes, and just go with the flow. And it's not easy. I suffer from anxiety and depression, and according to my old therapist, PTSD. I don't know how true that is, but that's what she said. That's what she said. Sorry. So anyway, so yeah. I mean, that's it. So now I'm basically on no sleep. I'm exhausted. I really don't feel too good. I feel like I'm getting a cold. I'm about to take an Advil out, because it's gonna make me tired. But I don't know. I'm hard to take it anyway. I'm always tired. than me and is taller than me. Okay, so I can't physically pick him up out of bed like I would a 2 or 3-year-old. You know, so for me to fight with him to get up in the mornings, it's nonstop. Like, I start waking him up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and we don't generally have to leave the house until like 7:10. So that's over an hour, and I mean, it takes so many times. John, get up. 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 John, get up, until I start screaming, and then it's, why do you have to be so mean? Why don't you just ask me nicely? Well, John, I did the first 300 times. I didn't hear you. Yeah, you did, because you responded and you rolled over and went back to sleep. But, you know, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it kind of, it starts the day out really hard, and it makes you have a bad day before the day even begins. And I don't want it to be like that, but I don't know how to fix it either, because I've tried so many different things, and my son's a sleeper. Like, he will sleep 13, 14 hours if I let him, no problem. He's like me, he likes to sleep. I like to sleep, but I never get to. So he's a lot, he's a handful, but he's an awesome kid. Like, he's amazing. He's so smart and talented, and he's really, really an amazing kid. He has so many different, like, hobbies that he's went through, and he's perfected every single one of them before he moved on to the next. And he's done so great at all of them. So it's like, he's a great kid. He's very caring. He is very emotional. He's a very emotional child, and that holds true for every single emotion. So if you've ever seen the movie, what is that movie called? The movie where all the little things live in the girl's brain. All the little people live in the girl's brain, and they're all different emotions. I forgot the name of the movie, but it's a really cute movie. I love it. And yeah, so like, take those emotions, and like, every single one of them is amplified to like the 5th power. Like, so his anger, when he gets angry, he gets way more angry for like what a normal person or child would get angry about. Like, for example, thinking he did something wrong on homework, that, you know, the feeling like he did something wrong, or feeling defeated, is one of the biggest things that sets him off. And so he gets extremely angry, and with anger for him comes generally yelling, screaming, and sadly a lot of times destruction. Like, he's been better with that as of late, like I said, but again, that's coming back, and so that's scary. But so, you know, but that also holds true for, you know, sadness and all his other emotions, like empathy. He does not lack empathy in any way, unless he's in like complete meltdown mode, where you really can't get through to him at all, and you just have to wait it out. My autism moms will know what I'm talking about when I say that. He feels so deeply for other people. Like, if somebody is upset, and let's say like his sister's crying over something, you know, like, he will literally start crying because she's crying, and that's how much he feels other people's emotions. So he feels his emotions are amplified in so many ways, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, the anger part is not good. The sadness part obviously isn't good. But then when it comes to the good emotions, Empathy, I mean, he feels for other people. He's very loving. He has a huge heart, and anybody who meets him will tell you that. But it's just sad because, he has this disability and it's completely out of his control, and there's no cure for it, and so he just has to go through life, and we just have to figure out how to manage it. And it's not easy because I feel like there's still so much not known and still so much research to do, and every single child and every single case is different, and it's, like, even though they share, common like denominators or whatever, like, sensory and stuff like that, that's all shared in this little, umbrella of ASD diagnoses. It's still, every single kid is different, and every single way kids react are different, and how they learn are different. So it's like, some are verbal, some are non-verbal, some are too verbal, some make eye contact, some don't make eye contact, some make friends, others don't. Most of them don't, honestly. That I've noticed. It's a big, my son really hasn't ever had any friends his age. He's always rather speak to adults than kids. He shies away from kids. He has his cousin, and then he has a friend that he grew up with who lived next door to us, and that's pretty much it for his entire almost 10 years. So, and it's sad though, because he sees his sisters and everything getting invited to all these birthday parties, and that doesn't happen for him. So it's heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking, like, so he doesn't come home and say, can I have my friend come over, or can I have a sleepover, or whatever, like, I don't know if boys do that, but like my girls did when they were his age. And so it's sad because I want that for him, and that's just not happening for him. But it's just because he's not very sociable. He doesn't really, he likes to keep to himself, and he's happy that way, and that's fine. I mean, like, I try to get him to engage in playing like board games and things like that, which I'm surprised even exist anymore, but they do. And again, that's where the emotion comes in, where, like, it, God forbid he does one thing wrong, or let's say we're playing Candyland, and he gets the card where he has to go back 10 spaces or whatever. That's the end of the game, because he will, he'll have a meltdown because, he has to do something that he doesn't want to do, basically, which is go back to where he was, because he was ahead and now he's going to be behind, so the game's over. He will literally flip the game, start cursing, stomp away, run upstairs, and slam his door. And so, yeah. So we don't really get to play a lot of games. I try to get him to watch movies. He doesn't have the attention span to watch a full movie. He can watch, he can get into maybe 30 minutes of it. But aside from that, I mean, he can sit and watch YouTube for hours, which makes no sense to me. I guess because it's different clip after different clip after different clip. I don't know. But he can literally sit and watch YouTube for hours, but he can't make it through a 90-minute movie. Even if it's a movie he would be extremely interested in. I watch so many movies, I think, oh my gosh, John's gonna love this movie. And then I'm like, buddy, let's watch the movie. I'll make popcorn. And, and he'll sit for literally 5 minutes, and I'll be like, I don't really want to watch this movie. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, bud. I can't be like, no, you're sitting here watching this movie. I'm not gonna do that. But I would like to have that time with him, because he's getting bigger and he's my last baby. So, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And, he's different. He's not like every other kid. So, me and my girls, and again, he's a boy. So it's hard for me to relate with him simply for that reason, because he's my only boy and I've never experienced a boy before. So, me and my girls, we used to watch all the Disney movies together, and the Tinkerbells, and which I personally love myself. And so, we all would sit down and watch those movies together and love them. And with John, he's a boy. He wants to watch the superhero movies, which is fine. I'll watch them, and so will his. He has like 2 sisters that like the superhero movies, so we can watch with them too. And I don't know. It's just I don't know where I'm going with this. All I know is it's 8:58, and I'm supposed to be at work in 2 minutes, and I don't even know how much longer I have to go. But everybody's passing me, so as soon as this Audi gets around me, I'm going to pass this truck. This is crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my morning update on April 8th. Happy birthday, Haley. I love you so much. I have a special present coming for you, but it's going to take a little bit because it's personalized. That's it for today. I don't really have anything else. I mean, like, I guess maybe if anybody wants me to speak about any specific topics about my life, I don't mind. I'm an open book. I mean, I grew up very, very poor, very, in a, very dysfunctional family, which caused me to enter a very dysfunctional relationship with my ex, which was extremely dysfunctional from beginning to end, although it didn't get really, really bad to the end. But then again, I was extremely young, 19, when I had my first daughter, and then 2 more the following year. So by the time I was 21, I had 3 kids, 3 girls. And then I had my 4th daughter 2 years later, and then my son 2.5 years after that. So, the story on how I had my son, that's a shocker. So, I'm an open book. I'm actually probably more like a soap opera. If I go more into detail on my life, people would think I was making it up, honestly. It's that shocking. So yeah, I mean, like, give me topics, give me things to talk about. Kids, teenagers, boys, teenage girls, dating, teenage girls wanting to have sex for the first time. I've been through it. Yep, I have a 19-year-old. I have an 18-year-old. I've been there. I've had the talk, So, where the fuck am I? Please don't tell me I passed where I'm supposed to go. I couldn't have. Oh my god, I gotta go. Wait, yes. So leave me topics if you have anything you want me to speak about or touch base on. Any questions for me about my life, my kids, whatever. If you watched any of my previous videos, if you want to ask any questions about, my dental, oh no, I'm good. Sorry, I freaked out for nothing. See? Anxiety at its best. Okay. Well, almost there though. That's good. So, I won't be that late. Yeah, anything. I like doing this because I think it's going to be kind of therapeutic. And I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to me, and I really hope they do, because I know I'm not the only person who's having a hard time. I mean, I don't have a co-parenting relationship with my ex. I don't think we will ever be at that place. I am the devil sent to earth to destroy his life, and apparently I succeeded in doing that, and along the way I stole his children. So with that being said, we do not have a good co-parenting relationship. My children have seen their father 2 times in the last 3+ years, and prior to that, we were together for 16 years. So, it's unfathomable to me that you could just stop seeing your kids and be okay with it, and nobody's stopping him. Like, that's the thing. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand. He's a single, he states he's a single guy. You know, I live on Long Island, and I'm able to afford to raise 5 kids, you know, and he's gonna tell me that he can't afford to live here as a single person, paying practically no child support. I don't think so, dude. You can get a studio apartment and see your kids every weekend if you wanted to, but you don't want to. Why? Oh, because you hate New York. Okay. Does your hate for New York outweigh your love for your kids? And if so, then you have no business in having kids, because it's a no-brainer. You want to see your kids, you move to where they are. I came back here because this is where my support system is. Do I want to be here necessarily? No. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love summers on Long Island. I can't stand winters on Long Island. I can't stand them. I can't stand a lot of things about Long Island, but I also love a lot of things about Long Island because this is my home. I grew up here. But it's going to be very hard for me to leave if I have to leave before and leave my parents, who are still both here, thank God, with me. And if they, you know, like, if I left and I wasn't here, you know, like, God forbid, if something were to happen and I wasn't here, I would never forgive myself. And so I can't, it's heartbreaking to think that I might have to go because I simply just can't afford it anymore. It's just insane. And I'm looking at that actually very soon, most likely this summer, which sucks. But, okay, so yeah, so I gotta go, I'm at work. Any questions, comments, topics, anything, open book. All right, guys, have a good day.